this is a bit controversial, and it comes from my old friend, and some people know him as Soul E. He used to be an artist, and now he's a pastor, and he was on social media recently, and he put this out, and everyone is contesting what he said. He said, "No man needs a wife. Every man needs a side chick." Is this really, going to sit well? I need to go back.
Hold on. Go over that again. Okay. No man needs.
He says no man needs a wife. Every man needs a side chick. So it's a bit confusing.
But he further broke it down.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Break it down. Well,
I can't remember the things he was saying
it did. But
once he said that statement, I was like.
So he's in the past often talked about how men are not built to be with one person. Men are meant to explore, and he's also said things about divorce not being a problem. That what if that side chick is the person God wants the man to really be with? Yeah.
What I kind of deduced from what he was trying to say is that if you have a wife, the woman, your partner needs to find a place where she's more than just your wife. Do you understand? She's your wife, she's your best friend, she's your girlfriend, she's your side chick, she's your freak. She's all of these things in one to be able to sustain the relationship. That was the kind of positive note
to ask of one person.
That's the kind of positive side I was trying to look from the rubbish he was saying. So I'm trying to take some positivity from that and feel as if maybe this is what he's trying to say. Because sometimes a guy wants his wife to be a freak in the bed. You know what they say? A lady in the streets, a freak in the sheets.
I don't think Emmanuel... Yeah, I call him Emmanuel. I don't think he's touching base with reality. Do you know how expensive it is for men to have multiple relationships?
I don't know. Please tell me how expensive it is.
All these years I've watched you with all the experience, and now...
tell me now. Because you're saying I don't know how.
You talk to me
it's
about
very expensive.
Going to Ibadan and all of that.
No, but when you say expensive, define expensive. Like
so, okay, basically, I feel that men who engage in having multiple relationships, there are certain demands that come with being in multiple relationships with, a woman. Let's not even say multiple relationships. Let's say you're married and you have a side chick. And basically, in Nigeria, I can't speak for any other part of the world. In Nigeria today, basically, when you have a side partner, you're taking care of certain responsibilities.
Not necessarily.
Well, majority of the time,
but that's an assumption. But in the world we live in now, world we live in now, not necessarily.
So you think women would genuinely be in a relationship with a married man, knowing fully well that he is committed to just one woman. Okay, he's not committed to one woman, but he's officially married to one woman. You think that this woman will be in that relationship without wanting something?
The only thing she might be wanting is... Take me as a wife.
Companionship, but
take me as a wife someday or something.
If the guy...
Really?
Yes, if his game is high enough, and she has her own money.
So that kingdom come, nobody would know.
The problem only comes when the girl is like here and the guy is here. Bam. When two Hercules meet, till kingdom come.
But at the same time, when you say it's expensive, it's not necessarily talking about monetary terms.
No, it's not just
It's also the
terms.
Risk involved.
Exactly.
The risk involved.
Because it's not like you're going to introduce your side chick to your wife and say, side chick, wifey, meet side chick.
Some people do. Some people do it though.
Well, you won't know.
Of course, there are many things that happen. But I'm just saying that it's expensive. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you your rest of mind. It's going to cost you your time.
Like 3 hours in his car every day. When he gets back from work, he's in his car for 3 hours. I'm not exactly.
Yeah.
Man go see this and I go say, oh, this guy watching. He's in his car for 3 hours, deleting, making phone calls. And he comes out like around past 11 at night and walks into his house like.
So that means he parks somewhere far away.
In front of his house, right in front of his house. Wow. He's my neighbor, right in front of his house. He parks there and does all his...
I don't know how you guys do this.
I'm not joking. 3 hours. People notice 3 hours and like 11, he gets out of his car and walks into the house. He has cleared everything he needs to clear and whatnot.
That's a lot of work, so it's costing him time.
Of course, it's costing him time.
It's a lot of work.
Let's talk about Soul E. My take on Soul E.
Yeah.
Now, I was thinking that Soul E, being a pastor now, no disrespect to any pastor out there, I was thinking he would have had sense over the years. Now, for a man who...
So basically, you just said that he doesn't have sense. Just so that we're clear.
For a man who was kicked out of his house by his wife, come on, like
Who did he marry?
They married him. The woman married him.
The woman married
She
him.
kicked him, his mother, his brother, everybody. She kicked him and divorced him because nothing. Baba content pastor. No, you're a pastor and you come online to say all sort of things. I understand what he was trying to say, but the context, I see you go school small now. The context was wrong. Why you say no man needs to get married, but the same holy book that you're preaching says for this reason a man shall leave his mother and father to be united with his wife. So why are you contradicting?
But
what
that's
the
in
book
Bible also
is
said.
saying?
But that's in Bible also said that
okay.
in some days, like 7 women will say, "Look, don't worry, we'll buy our own food, we'll clothe ourselves. Let's just bear your name."
So now what he further explained was that instead of you looking out in his video, instead of you looking outside with his bleach hair, I don't know why his pastor is bleaching anyway. Instead of him looking outside,
you just enter the guy.
Looking outside and running after girls, why don't you make your woman, your wife, that side chick? Why don't you invest all those things you do with your side chick, invest those things in your wife and make her watch you look for outside? That's what he was trying to say. Not what
You think so?
That's what he was saying. Did you watch the
Yeah, I
video?
watched it, but I read so many, meanings to this based on things he said in the past about, how it's okay for men to explore certain types of relationships because that might be what God really wants for them. So, with all the things he said in the past and what he's saying now, I'm seeing so many messages mixed in it.
He's a walking contradiction of himself. That's the thing. He's just a walking contradiction of himself, and he shouldn't even be making public speeches or saying
Just
stuff like
preach
that.
or whatever it is you do. Like I think when he's just
But
bored,
in social
that's why he
media,
changed his
everybody
look.
has something to say.
But I also think that he owes that responsibility as I feel, and I might be wrong, that any man who comes out and speaks, using God's name, you have a certain responsibility to, your
Keep it sane, keep
your
it sensible,
your society or whatever. You have to be very sensible
but
about
isn't
the
that
things
why
you
we
say.
have false prophets?
Yeah, but I'm still saying even the false prophets have to have small sense, basically.